Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Cubs Sports Report. I'm Grant, and I'm here to talk with you about the Chicago Cubs and their current series right now with the San Diego Padres. The series is now tied at 1-1, and the Cubs are going to be fighting for their lives later today as we have a game 3 on our hands. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to be able to see all of our videos on GM Sports Report. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. So, like I said, Cubs Padres series is now heading to a game 3, winner takes all. Whoever loses, their season's done. Whoever wins, they move on and face the Milwaukee Brewers. Game 1, I really liked what I saw from the Cubs. I thought it was a great win, timely hitting, a fantastic job by the bullpen. You had guys like Dansby Swanson making game-winning plays. Um, so it was really good to see the energy up, and it really felt like a great win in our hearts. You know what I mean? But Game 2 was the complete opposite. Got absolutely shut down by the Padres pitching staff. Dylan Cease had a fantastic outing, and then their bullpen was just unbelievable. If Adrian Morahan and Mason Miller and Suarez, those guys are just shut down. That's why I said in the preview for this series that your best bet to win is getting up on them early when their starters are in the game because their bullpen is just almost unhittable. They have some of the best stuff you'll see in the league. You got multiple guys throwing over 100 miles per hour and guys with great movement and stuff like that. So you have to jump on them early. And I can't stress that enough for this game 3 because you're going to be facing a guy like you, Darvish, who doesn't have the velo that all these other guys have. And doesn't have that kind of stuff anymore. He's still a great pitcher, and he has his experience in the playoffs. He's pitched in elimination games before, so it's not like he's some easy cookie to go hit against type of thing. But he's going to be good, but he is your best bet compared to the other pitchers that we've faced so far in this series. And I think it's very, very, very important to jump on him early because you don't know what the Padres have up their sleeve as far as bullpen guys. I could even see Michael Keane making an appearance, which would be crazy, but that would not be good for us if we're down and Michael Keane comes into the game and then all these other guys come in as well to follow that up. So you're going to have to find a way to win a game today. I don't want the season to end. I'm not ready for it to end. I need to face the Brewers in a division round. So I need the Cubs to find a way to win today, but I need them to lean more into their game 1 approaches. Honestly, the offense overall, though, hasn't been too good this whole series. In game 1, they had a couple home runs with Suzuki and Kelly and then a sac fly by Nico Horner. You can't rely on the long ball in this series because of how good the Padres pitching staff is. You're going to have to, situational baseball, bunt if you have to, hit and runs, those sort of things. You got to do whatever it takes at this point. We haven't drawn a walk yet in this series, which is just unbelievable. Not a single walk other than an intentional walk with Michael Bush. So you got to find a way to get on base other than just getting hits. You got to walk. Like I said, Darvish is a good pitcher to do that off of. He will give up the walk every now and then. So looking for that to change. More bunts would be nice. More stealing, more aggression on the base paths would be nice. Stuff like that. I really hope they find. I'm just kind of stressed out, as you can see. I really want to win this game, and I think they can. I am confident, but that game yesterday sucked. There's no other way to put it. The pitching, was shaky. They Shota gave up that bomb to Machado, but 3 runs, that should be a game within reach. But the offense was just completely shut down and they weren't able to do anything. And I don't want that to happen again because in game 1, it also felt like it was shut down until that Seiya Suzuki home run happened. And then Kelly followed with another one. It felt like our offense was shutting down in that game too. So they really need this offense to start going. And guys like Ian Happ, who needs to be one of the leaders on this team. No question about it. This guy is one of the only ones with some previous experience under his belt. He needs to show up and be a leader. PCA needs to step up. I know that, he's young and this is his first playoff run and he's got a handful of this pitching, but he needs to do something. If you want to win, if you want to make a run in October, you got to step up and you got to make a moment happen. Kyle Tucker's got to step up. He's only 1 for 7 right now. This is the guy we traded one of our top prospects for. And, there's a good chance he's not signing with us this offseason. You don't want to see him completely suck and we lose a series because of that. Um, Matt Shaw needs to step up. Once again, I get he's a rookie, but I need to see more from him. So yeah, I really hope the offense can start clicking here. Yu Darvish is a good pitcher to do it off of. But when Yu Darvish is on, it could be another long. It could be another long night. So you're gonna have to do whatever it takes to win this baseball game. Because if not, it's gonna be a very unfortunate end into a season that could have been very special. Now, as far as the pitching side goes, we do have Jamison Tyone starting today. Um, Tyone, he's a guy that is when he's on, he's a good pitcher. He obviously I don't know if I would want our season being in his hands. But I think a perfect ideal start for Jamison Tyone would be if he can go 4 to 5 innings and anywhere in the 0 earned run to 2 earned run range. I think that we're going to be in pretty good shape if that's the case. We can't have a big blow up inning where he gives up 3, 4, 5 runs. That's gonna pretty much decide the series, if you ask me. So I would really like to see 4 to 5 just really solid innings from him, and I do think he's capable of that. I think that Jamison Tyone is good in as far as those regards. So got to hope for that. And then after that happens, you just got to do whatever it is you got to do. I would like to see the bullpen approach they did in game one, where they played the matchups game. I think that's the best way to do it. And you can't play it cute. You can't play it cute anymore. If it's the first inning and Jamison Tyone's in a jam, you got to get someone up and going. There's no question about it. This is a winner takes all game. This is a game 7, essentially, even though it's only a game 3, but you know what I'm talking about. Um, and you got to do whatever it takes. So, yeah, I'm going to look for the offense to be better here. I think that they know that they need to be better. So I'm hoping that they figure it out. And then as far as the pitching side, we need 4 to 5 good innings of Jamison Tyone, and then the bullpen needs to look like how they looked in game 1. They need to shut down Tatis and Machado again. They did that great in game 1, holding the 1 through 3 hitters to 0 for 11. But this last game, it got out of hand and they looked pretty good. So gonna have to stop them again if you want a chance to win. Got to be ready for that bullpen. I guess if there is somewhat good news as far as facing the Padres bullpen, Morahan and Miller have now gone back-to-back games and have thrown a lot of pitches in those back-to-back games. Now, I am not saying that they're not going to be available because the season's on the line for them too. So I know they're going to be available. But I think what I'm trying to say is those guys aren't used to pitching every single day. So maybe, just maybe, they'll be a little uncomfortable. We need Mason Miller to be uncomfortable because that guy's unhittable right now. So I'm hoping that there's a silver line in there, but only time will tell. And yeah, I'm extremely nervous, as you guys can probably tell by my energy in this episode. I'm anxious. I just want to win. I need to win. So I'm hoping that happens. And yeah, it's going to be a quicker episode. Just want to get some things off my chest and what we need to do to be able to win this game 3. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode of Cubs Sports Report. Like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to be able to see all of our videos. And I really, really, really hope next time I see you guys, I'm going to be giving a breakdown on a Milwaukee Brewers versus Chicago Cubs NLDS. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great week and go Cubs go.